The clock didn't stop right away. At first, he just started to fall behind. For a few seconds every day. I noticed this by accident when I compared the time on the phone to what the old wall clock in the bedroom showed. I got them along with the apartment. Massive, dark, with scratched glass and brass arrows that quietly clicked even at night. The former owner died suddenly. A lonely woman, without relatives. The apartment stood empty for almost a year, until it was put up for sale. The price was surprisingly low. I didn't attach importance to it then. Now I understand. For nothing. The first night I woke up from silence, not from the noise. Precisely from the lack of sound. Those who live with old mechanical watches know, even in a dream, the brain gets used to their rhythm. The ticking becomes the background, almost the breath of the house. And when it suddenly disappears, something inside you suddenly tenses up. I opened my eyes. The darkness was thick, almost perceptible. The light of the street lantern did not reach the bedroom. The curtains were too tight. I reached for the phone. 0317. I looked mechanically at the clock on the wall. Both arrows froze. A second is exactly between the divisions. It's like time has broken. I shrugged my shoulders. Old mechanics, I thought. I'll start it tomorrow. And then I felt it. Not sound, not movement, presence. The air next to the bed has become different. Colder, thicker. It was as if someone was standing very close and looking at me. I didn't immediately dare to turn my head. The inner voice whispered, "Don't move." Another, more rational, laughed at me. "You're an adult. It's just a fantasy." I sat down slowly. The bed was empty. I exhaled and lay back down. My heart was pounding, but gradually calmed down. In a few minutes, the clock went back. The ticking came back as if nothing had happened. I fell asleep. The next night, it happened again. Exactly at 03:17. I woke up a second before the clock stopped, as if the body already knew what was going to happen. The eyes opened themselves. The ticking broke off. The phone number is 0317. The clock froze. And this time, I wasn't alone. I didn't see him right away. At first, I felt a shadow, not visual but physical, as if something was covering the space. The air thickened near the right side of the bed. I slowly turned my head. It stood there, silhouette, high, disproportionately extended. His shoulders were too narrow, his arms too long. It didn't move, just stood and watched. I didn't see the face. It was dark, deeper than the rest of the room. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. His throat tightened, as if he had been grabbed from the inside. The body did not obey. The only thing I could do was watch. And then it tilted, slowly, very slowly. His face moved closer to mine. I felt a cold breath, the smell of old dust, rust, and something sweet rotten, and a whisper. "Do you hear him stop?" The ticking returned abruptly. I sat on the bed, panting. The room was empty. The clock was as usual. I didn't sleep anymore that night. I tried to find an explanation. Stress, moving, night paralysis, hallucinations. I even took the watch to the master. The old watchmaker twisted it in his hands for a long time. Listened, wrinkled. "Strange thing," he said. "The mechanism is working, but what?" He stops. "When?" The watchmaker looked at me. At 3:17. I didn't ask how he knew that. I just took my watch and left. I waited for the third night. I lay down without removing the light. He held the phone in his hand. The camera was on. I wanted to prove to myself that this is not reality. 03:16. My heart was pounding. 03:17. The light went out by itself. The light just clicked, and darkness covered the room. The clock has stopped. I felt it before I saw it. This time he stood closer. I almost touched the bed. I saw the details. Thin fingers hanging along the body, as if broken. The skin is gray, cracked, like old paint. He tilted his head. "A little more," he whispered, "and he'll stop forever." I blinked, ticking. The light came back. The recording on the phone was empty. Black screen, no sound, no image. Only time code, 03:17. I started exploring the apartment. I found an old box in the closet. Documents, photo, diary of the former owner. She wrote about the clock. He stops every night. About the fact that someone comes when the arrows freeze. About the fact that he gets closer every night. The last entry was short. Today he was standing next to his face. He said that when the clock doesn't go anymore, I will be part of the time he took. Date, the number of her death. At 03:17. Last night, I didn't try to escape. I knew it was useless. I sat on the bed and looked at the clock. 03:16. "I'm ready," I whispered. 03:17. The ticking stopped. It stood in front of me, very close. I saw his empty eyes, deep, like broken dials. "Now it's your turn," he said. The clock on the wall trembled and left. And I don't. Sometimes, if you wake up in the middle of the night and hear someone else's apartment suddenly stopped ticking, look at the clock. If there is a 3:17, don't look near the bed, because I'm still here, and I stand very quietly,